Hello YouTube, Devin here again, and today I have a boot review because the first one I put up did pretty well, and so I'm doing another one here, and these are on the German Model 2007 combat boots. Now these boots are pretty spendy. They're about $150 per pair. But they're going to last you forever, especially if you take care of them. Now, this pair I've owned for pretty much a year, and this is how they look. And this is about any care done to them. I haven't hydrated the leather. I haven't polished these once. I haven't done anything to these at all. I haven't replaced the laces. Haven't done anything. And this is how they look. They're pretty scuffed up in the toes because I wear these to work and stuff, as well as just around. I've traveled with these, so I use these for hiking sometimes. Now, these boots came out in 2007 to replace the Model 2005s. Right, and the Model 2005s came out in 2005 to replace the Model 2000s. So the variations of these boots are confused quite often, and I'll tell you why there's so many models so close together. So in 2000, Germany replaced their kind of standard high combat boots, which look a lot like US kind of all leather combat boots, kind of a very kind of skinny boot, leather with a bunch of little eyelets and stuff like that. They have black kind of glass covered eyelets like US style Vietnam boots did, except they have speed laces instead of just eyelets. So those came out in 2000, and the best way to tell those apart from the 2005s and the 2000s is they have an open midsole along the side, so you could see like a foam all the way around, and then the outsole is like a separate piece of rubber. And that was a really dumb idea because as you use the boot, the foam was a lot weaker and your sole would start to peel away from the rest of your boot. So in 2005, they replaced, the only thing they did was they put this rand around it. So they covered up the midsole. So now the rand is connected. There's rubber and leather, and then the midsole is sandwiched. It's inside this kind of rubber cup now. The outsole is like cup shaped to protect the midsole, to prevent that kind of peeling away that you saw with the 2000s. So that's the only difference between the 2000s and the 2005s. Now, the 2007s, the way to tell the difference between the 2007s and the 2005s is the eyelets. They have these kind of gray, silvery zinc alloy eyelets, which are very, very good. And instead of being like speed laces, these are hook type laces. So the first three will be ring type laces, like eyelets, and then the rest are hooks. So it has 8 eyelets per side of the boot, and it's a very, very comfortable boot. These boots are very, very thick. They're lined inside and out with leather, so they're gonna last a long time if you take care of them. The laces are very good. They put tons of strong stitching. There's 4 rows of stitching on a lot of the wear points of this boot. They solved a lot of the issues with the binding in the ankle by putting in this kind of flexible part. So that helps with the flex of the boot and everything like that. But all in all, these are still going to have a long break-in time like most military boots. And I recommend you get a slightly used pair over a new pair because these will hurt your feet to start out with. And that can be a problem. So, but we're going to compare now. This pair I haven't taken. I actually bought 2 pairs at the same time. So there's the pair I've been wearing for a year without putting any polish or snow sealing them or anything here in the Minnesota winter and all that stuff. So, and now we're going to put up my pair that I have taken care of. Now, I bought these at the same time, and I've pretty much alternated wearing them every day. And can you see the difference, what some polish and stuff will do to these boots? So, now these are a little dusty, both of these, because I kind of stopped wearing them about a month ago since summer came around, because I get very, very hot feet, and since it's been a little bit of a warmer winter, I kind of switched to a lighter boot, and I'll do a review on those probably sometime later this week. But as you can see the difference here, if I brush some of the dust off of these, the difference in the leather just because if you take time to take care of boots. Now I give people a lot of pairs of boots, and I give them out. Usually these are one of the ones that I give out, and I'll probably, if you want, we'll say like when I get to 100 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway, and we'll see what you want the giveaway to be, whether you want it to be a pair of boots or a helmet or something. So when it gets closer to that, we'll figure that out. So for the 100 subscriber giveaway. But as you can see the difference, what some TLC can do here, if you take if you take a couple of hours once a week to take care of your shoes, what they will look like a year later. As you can see, the leather's a lot less stressed on this one. The leather's a lot nicer on this one. It's a lot shinier. The rubber's a lot nicer. These are a lot more worn out. They're both very, very comfortable because I have been wearing them. They're about the same rate of break-in on them. So the eyelets look black on this one, but that's just from the polish. So they're actually silver when you get them. But so you can see you could tell a lot about a person by how they take care of their shoes. My father taught me that. He's like, there's two things you can never invest enough money in, and that's your boots and your bed, because if you're not in one, you're in the other. And I tell people that all the time, and it makes sense once you think about it, because when you think about it, how many hours a day are you not wearing your shoes, or are you not in your bed? It's actually a very, very small window. So I spend a lot of money on shoes, and I have a very, very expensive bed, and I've lived by that lifestyle my whole life. So I will often give people that I see that are wearing shitty shoes or have crappy shoes that are friends of mine, I will give them a nice pair of boots and the means to take care of them. And based on how they take care of them, you can usually figure out somebody's personality. Like for instance, I'm going to use my roommate here. I gave my roommate an exact pair of these boots, pretty much brand new condition, and his look a lot like this because he's lazy, all right? And you can tell that by somebody in their shoes. If I saw somebody that took care of their shoes like this, like I do religiously, bam, you can tell that they're probably an intellectual, and they probably take time to take care of their things. They tend to not go through as much stuff. They tend to appreciate what they have a lot more, or stuff like that. Whereas you look at somebody who has a pair of shoes like this, they tend to not care, and they're going to end up spending more money. They tend to be lazier. They tend to be slower people that don't seem to have as much purpose in life, or they're younger and they haven't settled down yet, and they're very into something else. So they don't take time to smell the roses and things like that. But you could tell a lot about somebody by how they take care of their shoes. And this has been kind of a rant, but hopefully you guys agree with me, because I've done this quite a few. I've given out quite a few pairs of boots, and it's something I see a lot. I have friends who have kind of calmed down now, that are in their mid-20s, and they take time every day, or not every day, but every week, to take care of their shoes, or make sure that their stuff is in order, and they're ready to do things, and they have a schedule and all this other stuff, and they're gonna be great adults and stuff like that when and have a really nice family and everything. You could tell that by how somebody takes care of their shoes. But then there's other people who don't care, and these are probably gonna start breaking apart here this summer and everything, and I'm going to end up throwing them away. Whereas these, if I keep taking care of them, will last me the rest of my life. So, just because of the wear points on them. So, now we'll compare them here. I'll push these back a little bit, and I actually have a brand new pair that I recently bought, and this is what they will look like new. See how the leather's kind of dull. Again, they're a little dusty because I haven't worn these yet. They've been sitting in the closet. These are a few months old, this pair, and this is how you'll get them. See how the eyelets are pretty much brand new. These have not been broken in. I tried them on once, so the leather is still very stiff on them. You can see the inside is a lot brighter. There's where you get the sizing, size 280. I wear a 280 or a 275 depending on how they run. But these are an exceptional pair of boots, and I recommend you get a pair if you can. The German model 2007 combat boots, because they're awesome. Their sole pattern is not super aggressive, but it works well outdoors. It's got a pretty good tread pattern. It sheds dirt and everything like that. They're slip and oil resistant like every other combat boot. people tend to really like them, but again, you have to deal with the break-in period, and I recommend you polish them and you take care of them and everything like that. So you end up having a pair of boots like this. I've asked people before, confuse me for wearing dress shoes because of how nice of a polish I could put on my boots. Not specifically this pair because of the outsole. You can see that they're very, very chunky, but I have some lower profile boots like my French boots, those black French boots I did in my first video. I've put a nice layer of polish on those where they can end up like glass, and people confuse them for dress shoes all the time, and I'm like, nope, they're combat boots, and I pull up my ankles and pull up my pants, above my ankles and stuff like that, and people are amazed at how awesome you can do that. So I recommend you all get a pair of boots and you polish them, and I'm a huge fan of polishing boots. A lot of people really, really don't like it, and I understand why. I was really kind of upset when in like the 2000s, I would have been pretty young, but the American military, so I was growing up in Canada at that time, but the American military switched from black boots to the suede boots, and even my father kind of chimed in on that, having served with the American Army quite a long time, even though he's part of the Canadian Army, because wherever the U.S. goes, Canada usually follows. He was pretty upset about that. He's like, they're going to lose so much discipline in their military and stuff like that. They're going to lose that care for their equipment. And you can kind of see that in how the U.S. has come out with, they've adopted kind of shit camouflage, and now they're going back on it, and they're redesigning boots all the time now. They're looking for new boots and stuff like that, whereas Canada has still been chugging along with their black combat boots since pretty much the end of World War II. So just to show, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is also a great disciplinary factor in the military, polishing your shoes. A lot of you older veterans, or if you have people that have been in the military, they will tell you about how they had to polish their shoes to a mirror shine like every day, and it's something that's lost now. It's a lost art form, taking care of your shoes, and I would really like to see that come back. So I'll leave this video here and kind of end this rant, and hopefully you guys like this video. You like this topic a lot. I hope you guys keep watching the boot videos, and I'll keep doing more. Once again, if you're interested in possibly a boot giveaway, I would very much like to hear about that in the comments. If you have any questions on these boots, feel free to leave a comment, or if you have any suggestions for what you would want to see, topics of future videos, feel free to leave that in the comments as too, and I'll do my best to answer them as best I can. But till then, I will leave this video here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.